Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's set of readings. This should be on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. Currently, I am doing in-person readings in Herkimer, New York. If you're near there, feel free to shoot me an email if you want more details. The decks and stuff that I'm using, that's below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. That being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? I thought I started the camera and then it wasn't working and then I had to start it again. So it kind of like threw me off. Like, are we starting this? Are we doing this? Secondary. Who are we dealing with? Who are we dealing with? Somebody's not going to let go. Okay, so this situation started off well enough. It had potential. It had good energy. It was like having the recipe, getting the ingredients, or like somebody gifting you the ingredients, that type of thing. It's like having the recipe, somebody gifting you the ingredients, and you have everything already, but you have to put it together. It's kind of like, I really like that. I got gifted the ingredients. I know how to make it. All right, it started well. It started well. Communication seemed like it was going well. There's this energy that I usually see as compatible for Libra, but I'm not sure it will be this time. Because I get the Strength card coming in, which is talking about somebody else's energy. Sometimes this talks about Leo. Leo is typically very compatible with Libra. Typically. Leo can be a little bit difficult to deal with once in a while for Libra, but it passes so fast that it's something Libra can deal with. Like, there's bumps in life, and that's fine. But whatever this is that we're dealing with here, I'm getting this energy is totally not going where you want it to go, but it's not going to be apparent right off the bat. It doesn't have to be a Leo, by the way, that you're dealing with. It's just saying it's a very powerful energy, very strong energy, very communicative. More of the energy to like, let's get it done, let's get it done. So, started off with great potential. We seem to be liking it. And then the Queen of Fire comes in with the Moon card partially like this, which is telling me some things make sense. I know where they're going. But there are parts of this situation, only parts though, that I'm like, I don't understand why they did that. I don't understand why that's there. But there's a lot going on here, and I'm just going to have to center on what I do understand and support that, and I have to figure that other stuff out later. And there is communication. Communication there's a lot of. But there's kind of like what's being said between the lines going on here. Libra is very, very, very good with communication usually. And usually when I say this, it's one of those things where Libra understands you can't just, it's not just the words. It's how they're said, it's when they're said, it's what's not being said. And sometimes it's like the other clues, like body language, you know, where were things left? Somebody says they're going to do this, and maybe they did do it, but what quality did they do it? You know, reading between the lines, stuff like that. Just because somebody did it and said they liked doing it, sometimes Libra can be like, okay, well, I've seen other things they like doing, and they come out a lot better than this, and I know they know how to do this. So something's interesting here. Libra is very good at like looking at all the different flavors and versions of communication. It's not just about the verbal. And I feel like you know that, but there's something here where for some reason I got to put that out there. Because I get that they're like, you're kind of picking up on something. They're like, look at more of the action. You typically do, but maybe there could be so much going on here that maybe it's like it's happening so fast and there's so much going on here. You kind of know something is a little up, something is a little up, but you're kind of like, well, there's so much going on. I can't just sit there and magnifying glass this thing. I just can't be like Inspector Gadget here with it. I got to keep going. If this reading is hitting at the proper time, hopefully, there's something with, okay. It's all about where you take it. The Strength card coming in again. And then the Three of Fire. Something's moving forward. So the scales are here, right? This says make a decision. Scales remind me of Libra. Balancing out what's fair and what's not. All that other stuff. The feather with the heart, you know what I mean? I believe that's Egyptian mythology. I don't remember which god had, I think it was Horus. Could be completely wrong with that. Like when somebody passed away, they measured your heart against a feather. If your heart was heavier, you couldn't go in. If your heart was lighter than the feather, you could go in. There's something here where there's another decision being made, and I feel like you might just not contest it. I just feel like you're not contesting it. But they're saying this is something that's bringing in a long-term, like, it's kind of like, you know, it's like getting on a boat and not realizing this boat isn't just going, you know, out to sea for 2 hours and coming back. This boat is going across the ocean. Once you get on this boat, you may not realize until you're halfway there that this isn't coming back. This is going to a whole nother country. This is going to a whole nother place. That moment, I just feel like it's going to happen. I don't know what to say about it. I feel like it just kind of happens. Like it's, whatever this was going to be, it's kind of like, I was gifted all these ingredients, but now they're all getting used up with other things. It's kind of like, all right, I had those ingredients, but now everything I had has been used up to other things. It's kind of like, okay, what are we doing now? Just because you're out to sea doesn't mean you're stuck at sea. Okay. There's always options. Libra finds them. Libra always finds them. You're one of them. You, Gemini, usually Aquarius, very easily finds them. Fire signs do too. I don't know why we're going down that road, but you know, Libra finds it fairly easily because you know how to talk to people, watch what's going on, you know who to talk to. You pay attention to all the different types of communication. So information is going to come your way. And the Oracle card coming in is already kind of pushing towards taking action. Yeah. To avoid the Tower. So the Tower came out upside down. So did the King of Swords. So you got the Queen of Swords upright. You got the Queen of Swords upright. The King of Swords upside down on the dice. And the Tower card upside down in the dice. And they're backing up this Oracle card, which is saying, if you take action, you will nullify what's going on here. You will nullify the communication. And you will take yourself away from a Tower moment. You don't have to stick around for the Tower moment. Whatever this Tower is, doesn't have to be your Tower. Maybe that tower is going to fall anyway. Maybe there's nothing that can be done about that. Maybe there is. Either way, it doesn't have to be your tower. You don't have to be invested in that. The thing is, I feel like there are some uncomfortable moments here where I have to like think to myself, what do I really want to do with this? You're going to do that anyway. You're Libra. You're going to sort it out. It's just what you do. The challenge is to not get stuck in that. Because I feel like things just keep getting thrown at you. Once you realize you're out at sea, you're kind of stuck at sea. It's kind of like, all right, I don't want to just get stuck in like analyze mode. What do you call this? I don't want to get paralysis by analysis. Did I say that right? I hope I said that right. Once you realize you're out there, it's kind of like, all right, there's certain things you're going to have to consider. Yes, clearly. but it's kind of like, don't make that the only thing you do. They're saying, for this to improve, and it came on this card with the Oracle card, this is your option. You can take charge and move yourself where you want to be. I don't know about other people, possibly, it depends on your situation. It's more about you taking control of what you want and starting to change how this is going. Once you start doing that, so maybe like you're out at sea, but you're like, oh, there's another boat going by, just to make it simple. I can get on that boat. The thing is, there's going to be another nerve moment. Like, okay, there's an opportunity, another boat, we're maybe docking up with this boat in the middle of the sea for whatever reason. They're going back to land. You hit this moment where you're like, oh, geez, if I do that, like, this is clearly like, I don't get to return. If I get on that boat and I stay on that boat and we detach from each other, then that's that. Then I've made my decision. I just got to live with it. There's going to be a moment here where I'm like, oh boy, okay, I've gotten to the point where I can do it. I knew this ship was coming. I have things ready. I can do it. And then I get really nervous. Something that may help you get past this moment. This is interesting. Can we just get some dice on this? Because these two cards coming together make me want to... The Justice card reversed. Nine of Fire reversed. Letting down your guard, letting down what you thought this was going to be, and realizing maybe this was never really for you. Maybe whatever you thought it was, it looked good, and it seemed like it had a lot of potential. It was maybe never going to go your way. And if it was set up that way to begin with, why would we think it's going to go your way in the future? Like, it might take a lot of work, but even then, it's kind of like, do you really want to invest all that in something that really wasn't set up for you to begin with? To put in all this effort to try to make it something that could be for you in the future? Is the timing right for this situation? Was the timing ever... Okay, was the timing ever right? That's the Six of Cups is history, and then the no, it's not time yet, because I'm like, these are interesting. This is interesting. I feel like what they're saying is like, if you look back, that's the history card. If you look back, maybe this was never what you thought it was. Whatever it was that was given to you was never meant for you. They just wanted to get it in the house. It's kind of like, we're going to give you all these things so you can make your whatever. But then we're going to distract you so you don't use it. And then we're going to take it and use it in other ways. It was literally never for you. It was just, it feels like it was a ruse to get you to do what they wanted you to do, what they wanted you to do. They were manipulating you. I think that's the point. They were manipulating you. If you look back, you'll see that this was never what I thought it was. This was never actually for me. Because it says, no, it's not the time. It's not yet the time. It means like, this was not your ship coming in. This was never for you. They made it look like it was for you, and it really wasn't. Which will, if you're able to see it, because like for Libra, it's got to make sense. It's either there or it's not. Me just putting it in a video doesn't matter. If you can actually see it, and you're like, you know, when I look back, I can see where, you know, they did give me these things, but they didn't let me use them. And by the time I came around and I was ready to use them, they had already taken them and did their own thing with them. So I was ready to use them, and they took them. They took them back. And it's kind of like looking back like, oh, okay, so they gave me a gift. They didn't let me use it, or they kept me occupied so I couldn't use it. Then when I was ready to use it, they had taken it so that it wasn't there for me. And I feel like when I look back and I'm like, it clearly was not for me. Like, they set this up and I fell for it. I feel like that's hard, but I feel like when I see it that way, I'm like, oh, okay. How does that saying go? Get me once, fool on me. No, get me once, shame on you. Get me twice, shame on me. Is that how that goes? Get me once, shame on you. Get me twice, shame on me. I think that's how it goes. Something like that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Something like that. That will... I feel like that will put a spark. That'll be like, oh, we're not doing this again. That will get you through this. That will get you through this. Are you going to like that? course not. That's not going to feel good to know that happened. If this reading is hitting, it's already there. If this reading is hitting, it's already there. But going through that moment is very sad, but it's its own gift. This says the universe will manifest. Wait, you will manifest what you need. I always see this card as the gift card. Like, it's saying it's not fun. You don't like it. It doesn't feel good. But the gift is you shut it down. And once you saw it, you're like, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I'm out. I'm out. I'm not playing this game with these people anymore. I'm out. This isn't worth it. That's the gift. Because, again, if this reading is hitting, it's not making it happen in your life. If it's hitting, it's already there. And they're saying the gift is to get out of it. To get out. All right, you're already stuck in it. Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to put up with it. Doesn't mean you have to stay with it. Done. That's the gift. And what I'm seeing here afterwards, which I thought this was peculiar, and I kept looking at it like, what do you want me to do with that? This is where I was, in the beginning I looked confused. There's another reason I was confused. Something else is coming in. You have other opportunities. You're Libra. You're going to find other opportunities. You're not down and out. It was an unfortunate moment, but this isn't taking down your life. And then there's something else that's more honorable that's coming in with more stability. Okay. Whatever's coming in later, it does move slowly, but you can verify it and you can double check, triple check. It has no problem with that. And I feel like this is what I need to build up my confidence after what I've been through. I need something that lets me triple check, quadruple check as many times as I want to, and does not get offended. Like, go ahead, check as much as you want. It's still the same thing. Come at it from different angles. Look at it different, get an aerial view if you got to. I don't care. It's all the same. I have nothing to hide. I'm not doing anything wrong, so you can check as many times, as many ways as you want. I won't be offended because I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to. That seems to be coming in the next one. This does seem to be opening the door for something that's going to come into your life. This is a lot slower than you're used to, or maybe than you're normally attracted to or drawn to. But it's because you've been through so much chaos with this last thing. It's kind of like, I need something more stable. But it's also like, I feel like you're probably putting in a lot of work, triple checking, quadruple checking, that it's keeping you busy. And it's affording you different opportunities. And even though it's moving slow, I feel like you have other things going on. It's like, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. Your energy's moving in so many different ways. Kind of like, well, we'll see where this goes, but I'm not going to overinvest. It's much more compatible. I feel like you might go into something that has a level of success that I feel like you have not attained yet in this life. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. We'll see when you get there how that works out. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.